Crashout was the first to slide on 10K, failing the mission so bad, not only did one member die, another member ratted. But it wasn't immediately clear who brother Abel at his side. Both men.
I hope y'all drop y'all flags. That wherever y'all take it off, drop your flag. That's what I want y'all to do. Just drop your flag and do something else, y'all.
Crashout Ace would have a large portion of his skull removed and speak on his recovery process as he had to learn to walk and talk again.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Dunga, and I'm back with another video. Today, we'll be watching the murderous history of rapper GUERO10K, Houston's top crasher. Before we get started, by 1090 Jake. Before we get started though, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. Alright? That being said, let's get started. I guess it's if I don't know who Guero, if I'm saying his name right, 10K is, but we gonna see what's up. Alright.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake. When I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, let's get right into it. When it comes to killer rappers,
I ain't gonna lie,
names may come
not
to
even
mind,
to like
but
be on some shit. No, I'm fine. Shut up. I'm waiting to end the video. It's not even
outside of Houston, Texas, a new killer would emerge into the spotlight with a smile.
A reign of terror. Now, documented gang leader Christian Cavazos will spend life in prison. He killed 5 people in 4 months and pled guilty to it.
A judge sentenced him today after prosecutors showed some of these murders were captured on video.
When Cavazos drove by with other gang members shooting. Dozens and dozens of rounds.
Gang, we gon' come to
this dumbass nigga.
Nigga play, get popped in his forehead. My left folks on the drink, get him all dead. Spin the block, then we left about 4 dead.
Shamil McGowan's son Ryan was shot in his car in September 2019.
He kept hunting my son down like an animal.
Why he kept hunting? But see, and devil's advocate, but like, why he kept hunting him down for though? What's the reason? Is it because your son was on that and then he was on that? He just got the ups first? Or was he really terrorizing your son and your son didn't want nothing to do with nothing? Let's talk facts. Because it's always a parent saying that, but the real reality is just someone's in the street suit. It's just that he was on his ass and he got him. Although, because it's either kill or be killed. So let's... No?
Sheriff's 911, what's the location of the emergency?
If on my side, my clip twitching. These niggas gon' stop clip switching. These niggas switch clips every week. We don't do no skipping, hit every street.
How can I help you? There is a lot of gunfire going on outside. Okay, how many shots have you heard? How many shots have we heard? Probably 20. Okay. More than 20.
You said what I did and I'm clapping the witness. Clap.
You got a big ass gun on
That nigga gonna be in this hole with me.
Listen.
Go catch somebody, you gonna be in this hole with
bro, can you please let me talk?
Hey,
bro.
A rap beef would turn into a brutal killing spree, and in less than 4
a rap
months,
beef. Like,
a rival rapper was missing part of his skull, while 5 others were left dead. No one was spared. A 22-year-old cameraman died before his camera hit the ground. Grandparents were gunned down outside of their home, and the rapper's mother would even be arrested for allegedly using her old job to find her son's enemy's address. So the suburbs of Houston were being terrorized.
Nah, that's
the feds were being called in. And in this video, we're going to be breaking down the murderous history of Texas rapper GUERO10K. Born in 2001, Christian Cavazos Jr. would grow up in the suburbs of Houston, primarily around Cypress and Jersey Village.
Same shit.
With Mexican parents, he'd be nicknamed Güero, a Spanish term for someone with fair skin. He'd play football for Campbell Middle School, and early photos would show he came from a large, middle-class family. Even those on Reddit would point out how it seemed he had a great childhood, and the fact that he was in a 2-story home, or how he and his sister had prescription glasses and she had braces. These were all signs of money, or at the very least, parents that cared.
Right.
But things aren't always as they appear.
True. That part. What the fuck?
Then I got the drum. Then I got more clips.
Get the fuck. You know what I think? Niggas just day room, because if Bro, if everything that he just said is true, and they had a good life, and then they middle class, then she's a day room they all day room, bro. Cause niggas in the hood, niggas who live in poverty would kill to have a family like that. Respectfully, I know I did. No? Like,
Christian Cavallo Sr. would stand out in family photos, while Güero's mom didn't appear in any.
Okay.
His father's appearance and demeanor didn't match the rest of his family, and he never smiled. It's said both parents would remain in Güero's life, but the influence they had is unknown.
Okay, so
as Güero reached his later teens, his appearance would drastically change. He'd attend Cypress Ridge High.
So maybe it's the parents. Like, when they have a family, like cousins and all that, maybe the cousins and all that, and their parents is doing good, and that's why they're so family oriented. However, probably immediate family is probably fucked up. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe. Yeah. I hope that's what it is. If not, then they just daydream, like I said.
And multiple videos of Güero fighting would make their way online.
Well, he live in the hood.
It was clear Güero was nice with his hands, but the violence would quickly progress. 20 minutes from Jersey Village was another suburb named Greenspoint, just north of Houston. This was home to a rapper named Crashout Ace. It isn't clear how or why things started, but when the match lit, the streets were on fire. GUERO10K was a member of a gang known as 10K, while Crashout Ace was a member of Crashout, and on September 6, 2019, the first body would drop.
So far, no one has been arrested. The shooter still on the loose. Detectives say pistols and a rifle were fired up and down this block. Evidence markers, crime scene tape, and a stolen SUV riddled with bullet holes, evidence of the deadly shooting early this morning.
Somebody was screaming around here.
Tina lives close by. Her family heard the screams, gunshots, and called 911.
The shots fired, there were multiple shots fired. We haven't even started counting them yet. There were so many.
It's really sad and really feel bad about it.
Investigators say 2 young men were shot inside this SUV. One died on scene, the other fighting for their life in the hospital.
He received several gunshot wounds.
The crime scene expansive, stretching around a quarter of a mile, bullet casings everywhere. Investigators believe shots were fired between the SUV and a white sedan that sped away. However, detectives aren't sure who pulled the trigger first.
At this time, we don't know if they are suspects or victims.
Right now, authorities don't know the motive and have not identified the dead man, and they're asking anyone with information to come forward.
It was 4:52 in the morning when the homicide unit was made aware of a shooting on Windfern Road. Just outside of a gated community, 19-year-old Ryan McGowan lay dead in the back seat of a stolen SUV. Ryan was a member of Crashout, known as Crashout Spaz.
Okay.
He'd been shot in the back, the bullet exiting his chest. Officers would observe 223, 9mm, and 357 SIG shell casings trailing down the road. Officers would later learn that Spaz wasn't alone. He was with 2 friends, one of which was named Trenton Steele. They were all beefing with 10K, so they drove to 10K territory in a stolen SUV after learning a 10K member lived in a nearby apartment complex. While lurking in enemy territory, they were spotted by a dark-colored sedan that pulled up and opened fire, striking the driver of the SUV and causing him to crash.
So nigga was trying to spin on a 10K nigga, and then another 10K nigga spotted it and then crashed him. This shit is crazy.
Trent would pull out the driver as the two ran across the street, leaving Spaz in the back seat. That's when the dark-colored sedan returned, as a man got out and opened fire on Spaz, killing him. But how did the officers learn all of this? Because Trent sat down with investigators and told them the whole story. So technically, Crashout was the first to slide on 10K, failing the mission so bad not only did one member die, another member ratted. But it wasn't immediately clear who actually killed.
So that's how it started. See?
Spaz.
That's crazy.
Looking at his Instagram, Spaz's last post
like
would read,
$200,
I done lost so many of my
$300.
dogs. I swear this year for y'all. In less than
I'm a type of nigga, if I see money, someone posts money, I'm gonna count that shit because you wanted me to look, right? 20, 40, 60. And you can't call me a fucking, what's that shit called when y'all call niggas? Pocket watcher, because you put it 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 60, 82. Guess 2, 40, 60, 83. 20, 40, 60, 80. Like, that's like $400. Like,
8 hours later, his comments
like,
will be full of broken hearts.
Not getting money.
3 days after Spaz's death,
for real though.
Crashout Ace would drop a song called Ciabatta. In the chorus, he'd say,
Swab smoking pack while I'm fucking on Lilia. Swab smoking pack while I'm fucking on Lilia.
Come to find out, Lily was Guero's girl. This was the first time the beef between the two was being put into music, and Ace just made himself a target to one of Houston's top crashers. 19 days after Spaz was killed, not even cool, 10K would strike. It was 1:30 in the morning when Harris County sheriffs received multiple calls for shots fired on Francitas Drive. This was northwest Houston and Crashout territory. Deputies arrived finding a heartbreaking crime scene. 65-year-old Ramiro Reyes lay dead in the roadway, while his 63-year-old wife Rosalva sat dead in the passenger seat of a purple Charger.
What the fuck?
Their son-in-law would be found inside of the home alive with a gunshot to the hip. Investigators will learn the couple had spent the night at a hospital bedside as Rosalva's elderly mother passed away. They just made it home, still grieving and tired after such a long night. But instead of finding the comfort of their beds, they'd be met with gunfire. 3 months would pass. The innocent elderly couple's shooter was still unidentified, and nobody knew exactly why they were targeted.
Niggas crashed out on
It was now December 27,
like,
2009.
And niggas think that shit tough, because anybody could do that, right? You might say, oh, well, they got the... Yeah, niggas is day room, bro. Niggas is day room. I don't know who did that. I guess we're gonna find out, but whoever did that, suck my dick. You're day room. Like, why? They don't got nothing to do with it. If you want to catch sun, catch him by himself. There's a time and place for everything. You don't ever feel like, yo, this is time right here, right now. I don't give a fuck who he with. No, you can wait. You're gonna see him again. If you seen him when you went to the nigga block, you're gonna see them again. You fucking doing this goofy shit, killing grandparents. That shit not cool. Like, y'all niggas is day room, bro.
Just 2 days after Christmas, and Crashout Ace was recording a music video in North Houston.
Okay.
It was 9:31 p.m. when the call came in for shots fired. Arriving on scene, 2 men were found dead. 20-year-old Gonzalo Gonzalez and 22-year-old Jonathan Jimenez. 7 other people were shot at the scene, including 20-year-old Crashout Ace, who was shot in the arm and shot in the head. His older brother Abel was also with him and shot 4 times. Investigators would locate 7.62, 40 Smith & Wesson, and 9mm shell casings at the scene as victims were transported to local hospitals. Ace would be placed in critical condition and equipped to a breathing machine with a bullet lodged in his head. A week after the mass shooting, investigators would speak with Ace's brother Abel, who was still recovering in the hospital. Abel would tell investigators Ace set up a music video shoot, and the address was sent to only trusted friends through Instagram. So Ace had issues with the rapper GUERO10K, who was the known leader of the 10K gang.
Hiya, bitch.
Abel would then say Guero and another man named Rico10K had been threatening Ace for some time now, and made threats earlier that day. Abel then said Guero and Rico had killed the old couple in Fallbrook. In fact,
that was
the night they were murdered. Abel received a video call from Rico around 1 in the morning. Abel stated Rico said, yeah, what's up? Where you at? We know you stay in Fallbrook. We know you stay on Pilot Point. Abel told investigators he used to live in Fallbrook with his grandparents, but doesn't.
Y'all niggas is day room. Y'all niggas is retarded, bro. So y'all killed the grandparents? Like, I guess son was in the car, and then y'all just shot him in the car with the grandparents in the car, bro. Y'all niggas just do anything. Y'all not tough. Y'all not cool. Y'all niggas just do anything, bro. And this is shit I'm talking about with the street shit. Like, that's why the street shit is whack, bro. There's no rules. There's no love. There's no nothing. There's no guidelines, regulations. Look, y'all niggas, and then look, y'all niggas do that shit with the grandparents. Meanwhile, the nigga who else y'all shot up, his brother telling. So look at what y'all doing. Like y'all all goofies. Every last one of y'all. Y'all niggas is not built for no streets, nigga. Like, well, and then whatever y'all was beefing about, I'm pretty sure it wasn't that damn serious. Y'all just wanted a storyline. That's what niggas want, bro. I swear to God, a lot of times, a lot of situations can be resolved, but niggas want storylines, bro. Just so they can rap about something. Like, y'all niggas is corny.
Anymore. When he saw Rico on the video call, he was with multiple individuals with rifles wearing ski masks. Abel would tell investigators he didn't know how they got his address, and that after the elderly couple was killed, Guero and Rico fled to Austin, Texas for a few days to make it look like they weren't in Houston at the time of the shooting. So not only would Ace's brother give motive for Guero to shoot up the music video, but he'd named Guero and Rico10K as the ones responsible in a double murder 3 months prior. By now, 5 were dead, and investigators would piece it all together as they'd been investigating the 10K gang for 8 months, and witnesses were rushing to come forward. 7 months after Spaz was killed, a female friend of the victim met with investigators claiming GUERO10K and Rico10K were responsible for killing him. But it wasn't just that. She'd provide details to the murder that hadn't been released to the public and was consistent with surveillance video that no one but investigators saw.
What is it? You got it?
In fact, she only knew about it because Guero and Rico called her on FaceTime, with Rico admitting that he was the driver and Guero saying he doubled back to get out of the vehicle and finish Spaz off. This was consistent with what Trenton Steele witnessed, as he saw the shooter's vehicle come back and a man get out firing into the backseat of the SUV, killing Spaz. It would also be learned that the reason Spaz and his friends were hunting for a 10K member was over an argument on Instagram Live.
About what?
The investigation took a darker turn as law enforcement found out why the elderly couple was murdered.
That's stupid.
Crashout Ace's brother Abel told investigators 10K members found out the neighborhood where his grandparents lived, but didn't know how they knew. Cell phone records would show in the hours leading up to the shooting, GUERO10K was communicating with his dad and a T-Mobile employee. The dad allegedly texted Guero's mom, Christina, to see if she could find an address associated with a number. Turns out, Christina previously worked at T-Mobile.
That shit is crazy too. It just dinged in my head. So, for basically, he could find out niggas' addies. All he has to do is have their number, phone number, and that's easy. It's easy to get somebody's phone number. If y'all, first of all, I don't know how it is anyway, but in New York City, niggas love FaceTiming each other and politicking and they ops. So that's one thing. Easy to get a number like that. Or you have a bitch line it up and whatever, right? It's so easy. I ain't gonna lie. But using that to get them niggas addresses so you could do what you do is crazy. And who he called, the father, and who the father called, the mother or whatever. That all fucked up.
Out to a friend who was currently a manager who used her manager's login to find the address. The phone number belonged to Crashout Ace's brother Abel and revealed his grandparents' address.
So you went
Guero and Rico were yet again trying to up the score after already killing Spaz, and while in the neighborhood of the address they were given, they spotted a purple Charger they thought belonged to Abel.
Why wait till nigga come out?
Home. With Rico driving, Guero opened fire. Kelvin, a member of 10K, would be arrested and would be the first to fold on 10K. He'd tell investigators they spotted the music video shoot, so he did a U-turn. Traveling past for the second time, Guero opened fire with an AK-47, while Rico fired a pistol hanging out of the sunroof, and a third shooter named Roman Wise fired a pistol from the back seat. But that wasn't all. Kelvin was trying hard to get himself a deal, knowing just for driving he'd be facing life, if not worse. He told investigators he was there when GUERO10K and Rico10K saw on the news that they killed an elderly couple. But he said they weren't sad, they were happy, figuring they'd killed Abel and Crashout Ace's grandparents. An overwhelming amount of evidence would lead to the downfall of the 10K gang, as everyone involved was arrested under Texas law
all day
for capital murder and faced death by execution.
I hope no, let me not. I don't hope, but gangster, y'all not making it to them. They ain't gonna make it to them.
Kelvin, the driver who snitched on the rest of 10K, took a plea deal and would be sentenced to 20 years in state prison, with 3 years time served, leaving him with 17 years left.
I don't give a fuck.
Under Texas law, he'll be eligible for parole in the next 8.5
Well, no,
years.
you wasn't. You ain't do that. You wasn't there when they did that. But you better not have been promoting that shit, boy. Gangster.
Louis Santee, aka Rico10K, took a deal for 60 years in state prison and will be eligible for parole in 30.
Yeah, I told you he ain't gonna make it.
Roman Wise would take a plea for 30 years, leaving him eligible for parole in 15. The only one left was the leader of it all, GUERO10K.
They're trying to get that.
22-year-old Guero took a plea deal to spare him a death sentence
and
was sentenced to life in Texas prison. He will have to serve 40 years before being eligible for parole, meaning Guero would be in his early 60s before even being considered for freedom.
Why are you even giving parole?
Only 17 years old when he killed Spaz. By 18, he killed a total of 5 people and showed no sympathy. In fact, Guero never broke a smile as both pictures and videos of him incarcerated would emerge as he fought this case. A war essentially started by Crashout would be finished by 10K, but leave both sides devastated. Crashout Ace would have a large portion of his skull removed and speak on his recovery process. Crashout Ace would have a large portion of
I thought he was dead. I thought he died. He ain't died in? I thought he died. So he ain't died. He's alive.
Crashout Ace would have a large portion of his skull removed and speak on his recovery process as he had to learn to walk and talk again. Ace would continue on his career with his brother Abel at his side. Both men
I hope y'all drop y'all flags. That wherever y'all take it off, drop your flag. That's what I want y'all to do. Just drop your flag and do something else, y'all.
Surprisingly still claiming ties to the Crips and Hoover Street gang.
Who's doing that? None of y'all should be doing
Men surprisingly still claiming ties to the Crips.
You're a rat. Your brother snitched and then you got shot in your head, lost half your skull. Y'all niggas should not be in the streets, bro.
Although Abel cooperated against 10K by providing investigators information and saying they were responsible for the elderly couple's murder. Even Trent, who went on the failed hit that left Spaz dead and started the war with 10K, would go on to become a rapper after cooperating with the police against 10K.
All right.
And finally, the victims.
R.I.P. him.
19-year-old Spaz was killed after the hunter became the hunted. He intended on killing a rival 10K member, only to be left behind by his friends and executed in the back of an SUV. The Reyes couple, already grieving a loss, were murdered in cold blood after a case of mistaken identity in a suburban gang.
Had nothing to do with nothing.
Gonzalo Gonzalez, a 20-year-old University of Houston student that had dreams of filming movies and writing films,
he's a cameraman.
would die instantly while recording a music video for a rapper.
He had nothing to do with it either.
22-year-old Jonathan Jimenez, a friend of Ace, was also killed in the hail of gunfire at the music video shooting. In the end, everyone took a loss. Nothing came out of this but pain, suffering, and a story that will hopefully grab the attention of someone living a similar lifestyle. A story that will open someone's eyes, giving them a glimpse at the road being followed. A road that leads to only prison or death. But hey, it's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. If y'all like this video, drop a comment in the comment section.
You know what I'm about to say about 1090? He really for real. Like, he official. Like, people will be saying what they want, but, like, he known gang. Like, I'm from where I'm from. That nigga was there. And mind you, I live in New York. I live in the city. He was there taking pictures with, like, top niggas who really, like, who's really on that. Like, OG niggas who's really on that. He was in their hood taking a flick with them, and it's on his IG. Like, he's official. I ain't gonna lie. He's tapped in. So that's why I be believing him with certain shit he say. But anyways, that was not important. I just want to say that. But Hope y'all enjoyed the vid. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop another video. I would say free him, but keep that nigga in jail if he really did that shit. Keep that nigga. That's crazy, gang. Like, the fuck is this nigga on? But anyways, it's Don Gotti. I'm out of here. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Do what I just told y'all to do prior. Like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, man. Out of here. See y'all in the next vid. Pop.
On BT, if I feel a peasant, shit you niggas do is not impressive. Teach